welcome to NHL Nightly with your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, a.k.a. the Sports Beard, along with Pearlo Wisdom, the NHL handicapper extraordinaire, and Rico in Barry, goal-scoring prop dynamo, and featuring the Degenerate Gambler, Bostonian Mike.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to NHL Nightly. I'm your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, the Sports Beard, a.k.a. also known as Pearlo Wisdom, Steve Duncan. Heart always in Edmonton, but live from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and the Degenerate Bostonian, live and in color from the center of the hockey universe in Massachusetts. What's up, Mike?
What's going on? What's going on?
Sweet, man. Ovi gets another. We got to get the official dice out. He is 4 away. 4 away. I got this big giant dice at a gaming store. And I was like, this is going to be my OV countdown thing. Because he has 6 or less. He almost had a second one tonight. That would have been cool. But I think the game of the night has to be the Montreal Canadiens versus the Florida Panthers. They score with 9 seconds left on the clock. Nick Suzuki, and then right in overtime, he gets his 25th, 29 seconds in. Huge win for Montreal to secure more points, as we'll look at the updated playoff. I'll try the playoff odds again before we go because they haven't changed from this morning. But as of this morning, Montreal had a 37.8% chance of going. That that gives me the stat. Hold on. Let's see if it'll do it. I can tell you exactly what their percentage is. I believe it's 50% now. Hold on. It's not giving it to me. What is going on? Clear this for one. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, it was not giving it to me now, so we'll figure it out. That was a huge game. Pearlo, Mike, I don't know what you guys were watching. I think the Lightning nailed the Islanders' door shut, probably put them out of their misery. By the way, Nikita Kucherov is in sole possession of first place with a 3-point night. Now I think he's at 112 on the season. All the guy does is win Art Ross's. I think this will be his 4th if it stays.
That's sick.
Oh, my wife is telling me that Ryan Leonard gave a great post-game interview. Cool. Ryan Leonard had a great game tonight. He had 3 hits. If there would have been some pucks that got to his stick, I think he would have had some good scoring chances. There was a little bit of the Capitals played an absolutely atrocious game. They're lucky they didn't lose.
They were out last night or something. They didn't know.
They were.
Well, there's video of them being out last night. So
yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
They were at Circle Bar.
Yeah,
which is a Boston College mainstay, and Ryan Leonard was out with them.
Great time. People, get your ass there.
Yeah. So yeah, I will find that on the internets for you, Pearlo. But
like that, yeah, I already had Washington in regulation. I saw that. I'm like, oh man.
Well, but Pearlo, after 3 losses in a row, you knew Washington was come out and at least play a decent game. They did okay the first and third period.
Yeah.
The second period they needed to erase. If they don't have any problems there. Also, I'm sick of the refs calling horrible soft ass penalties and then not calling blatant grabs and trips. And it's like, get out of here with this. You're not calling the right calls. By the way, though, we might have had the fucking fight of the night of the year between Dylan McElrath and
that was a good fight.
That was great.
Whoa. What's his name? Veef?
I don't know. It's like his 5th NHL.
Yeah. Anyway, that guy held his own against the boogeyman because Dylan McElrath is, they always want to Vegas just scored. Doroforiev.
Vegas is going to clean up tonight.
Dude, I think Vegas is walking to the Western Finals, boys.
I've got the Oilers team total under 2.5 and Vegas in regulation and team total over. And minus 1.5.
Vegas' attention to detail and their ability to play defense, just to me, it scares me. And if they have a healthy Tomas Hertl being hurts them. But if they're getting Theodore and him back, and if they get anything out of Brandon Saad and Riley Smith on their bottom, those guys can score in big games. I just think I would not be shocked if they're in the Stanley Cup final.
I wouldn't either.
I would not be shocked. Yeah.
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 I liked them in the beginning of the year, and I've been waffling back and forth on them, but they're doing what they usually do.
Yeah.
Get out during the middle of the season and then come back in the last 20 games.
Ooh, Zane Parekh, nasty goal tonight for who does he play for? Saginaw?
Yeah.
Saginaw Spirit. I think he scored an overtime to beat the Erie Otters tonight. So Zane Parekh is a guy that at the end of this OHL season, if he's obviously they're still in, he could be with Calgary. So we could see a little bit of him too. I mean, I think that a lot of the NHL teams are giving these guys that first year burn a year thing. Do you know that Ryan Leonard has in his contract, if he's Conn Smythe, he gets a $250,000 bonus? Ballsy to put that in your contract. I love it.
Let's see it. Let's let him get it.
That was Nicholas Roy's goal, by the
He
way.
looked really good for first time on the ice in the NHL. He looked really good today.
By the way, Trevor Zegras has scored to make it 1-0
Sweet.
Ducks.
I
Yes,
got everything
Steve.
Ducks in that game, like everything.
I thought I had that game up. What games are still live? So we had so many. How about the Blue Jackets finding their offense and putting a snowman up against the Predators?
Yeah.
5-point night for Marchenko.
Well,
Had a hat trick. Had a hat trick. I think he now is over 30 goals on the season too. I think his hat trick put him at 31 goals. So how about and he's missed a bunch of games this year in Marchenko. All right, Catherine, I was hoping you'd be in. It's so happy I looked at the score and I was like, oh, they're killing them. And then it was like 4-3. And I'm like, oh, hang on, Blue Jackets. And then all of a sudden it was like 8-3. I was like, yes, they can't squander this lead. So I was like, they found what they need to do is just keep that offense and get their D down. I hope
Play Nashville every night.
Well, yeah, that wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I mean, they have a legit chance to still make it, guys. And I think tomorrow, I think the Wild are going to beat the Rangers. I just do. I think the Wild, and they're supposed to be getting Eriksson Ek and Marchenko back. So anyway, Detroit's still up 1-0. Utah's up 2-0. We didn't call that second goal, Kevin Stenlund from the Stanley Cup champions. Vegas is up 1-0, and now the Ducks just got Shakir Makamudulin just scored for the San Jose Sharks to make that game 1-1.
No.
Jets yeah, but there's a lot of time left in that game. Only 13.
I had over 1.5.
Yeah, Jets and Kings puck drops at 10:30 Eastern. Final Caps beat the Bruins 4-3. Yes, Ovi did score. Ryan Leonard had a pretty good first game. Looked good. Laid a real killer body. By the way, Jimmy Snuggerud is in tonight for the Blues, and they're wearing those really cool third 80s Brett Hull jerseys, which I love. Those are such nice looking jerseys, man. That Sabres, dude, 5-2. I think the Sabres are on a 5 or 6 game win streak now. And then we talked about the Blue Jackets, and then the Lightning, I think, have probably killed. Sal says, fight of the year, Brandon Carlo versus Jeff Malott. Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I thought McElrath and this guy for Boston it was a pretty long fight, dude. They usually don't let them go that long. I mean, it was a good 2 minutes of swinging, and they both got in some good shots. I give the edge to McElrath. He cracked him in the head a bunch of times and laid some body shots. But it was if you would tell me, it was a draw, I'm like, all right, fine. I don't care.
They just called VL up today too, so he was ready to fight.
Yeah, well, and McElrath
has been struggling to be in the lineup his whole career.
Well, yeah, he hasn't played. He hasn't played since December. McElrath hasn't played because he was in place for Roy. Roy had a family thing or something, so thank God he's not hurt because the Capitals need him. He's been so good defensively for them It was clear they needed nothing. Actually didn't think McElrath had a bad game, but I thought TVR had a bad game. There was a lot to talk about there. I'd let we'll save that for a Capital specific show. Yeah, man. I mean, Snuggerud on the ice with Thomas and Neighbors. Jeez. Dude, you gotta love Monty, bro. Mike, you gotta comment on that. I mean,
he's a good coach. He knows his combinations. He knows how to get to young players.
To put Snuggerud with Thomas and Neighbors right off the bat. What a class dude, man.
It's gonna work. That's the thing. This line, they look good tonight. I mean, they are -1, but
if you're gonna put him in, you got to be in the top 6. You might as well not put him in. It's not,
Yeah.
Got to put him in the top 6.
Yeah.
It's foolish not.
Leonard was a third liner tonight. I mean,
I think he was getting some top 6 a little bit there. He got 15
He was
minutes.
getting a lot of ice time, though.
He had some time with Dylan. He was on the second line with Dylan Strome and Alexei Protas. So,
What's wrong with that?
no, and Dylan Strome had yet another huge freaking goal. By the way, Ovi tied Gretzky for the most first period goals, which was another one he didn't have. 241 first period goals. CBJ plays the Sens. I know they lost. They got to win. So you're not really chasing them, Catherine, but what's bad is they're losing, and so you don't necessarily want to be on a losing. I mean, everybody in the East is just falling apart. That's why no one's taken and run with it like the Blues have done. I still think the Blues. Oh, there's only 4 minutes and 56 seconds left in this game. Still 1-0. Wow, dude! If you're the Blues, you can't lose this game 1-0, man. You got to get a goal. You got to get a goal.
Sometimes a goal just gets.
I just realized that I had the Kings Jets game on, and it doesn't start for another 10 minutes or so by the time we get to anthems and puck drops. So, yeah. Yes. Ovi's goal was very high percentage. Yes. Ducks 3-way live. I don't know, Jason. No, it's not. Or the over. I don't know if you Pearlo. What do you think? I don't want to answer that.
Ducks are red.
Huh?
Ducks are red, and I got team total over 3.5.
The Ducks just scored, by the way. I think Jackson Lacombe.
My God, for a goal. So
there you go. Sweet.
This game is going to make me rich today, boys.
Hey, so hey, Catherine, I'm so glad you were here. I appreciate you. The fact that you're a mom and a diehard Blue Jackets fan, you come in and stuff. I love it. So appreciate you very much. I love having somebody from the Jackets Army in. So yeah. Hey, Hey, Mike, debuting a new Caps hat. I
like it.
Let's go to the wide. This is another one I got. I don't know what do you think here? This is a cool one, huh?
I like that one.
Yeah, that's really cool. That one's gonna make a debut at the Frozen Four. Like I'll bring my daily face-off one, and then if we go to the wide, Deadpool's got my other one. If you see up here, I don't know. Let me go to the big shot. If you can look in the back there's another one. I'm not gonna get up and get it, dude. But yeah. Okay. So Jason, did you get your answer from Pearlo? Because I know I stepped all over that.
Yeah, in regulation, but I mean, you don't want to bet it now because they're already up by 1. So.
Okay. Are we gonna live bet the Blues to tie the game here?
Sure, I got it to draw already, so.
So you don't need to do anything, Pearlo, because you already thought draw.
I already got the draw. I hope they win. I hope they score.
They got to score here, man. Huge for the
Blues.
Or I think the Blues have got it. I think the West is done, though. I mean, Calgary's losing 2-0. That's going to pretty much all she wrote them. Like, unless Minnesota keeps losing and they fall out and potentially Calgary can jump in or Vancouver, but Calgary's got some ground to make up here. They got half the game left and they're down 2 goals. So nothing insurmountable, especially against Utah. But Utah's been solid at home as of late. So, I'm real interested to see.
Legs against that old tired legs there.
Yeah. By the way, 37. I forgot to tell you guys. I got good news.
What's up?
We're over 1,200 subscribers.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
And we're actually at like 1,240. Yeah, dude. So
I started that group, but I got a whole bunch of people there, so I just put it in there. So they're probably all over here. Right?
That's awesome, dude.
On Twitter.
All your
Anybody
guys' hard
that's out
work.
there too. There's my come over to Twitter. We're having a blast over there. Come in my
The Jackson Lacombe goal, by the way, was a power play goal. I don't know if that changes things. But boy, I've really been impressed with the Ducks. They didn't have a great game against the Leafs, but they beat the Rangers, came back, beat the Rangers, and the Rangers, that should be a penalty on I don't know how that's a penalty on San Jose or the other way around there. Okay. San Jose is going to go to the power play here. So still 1-0 Vegas Golden Knights. Edmonton's on a power play, but it is over. In fact, they iced the puck with 12 seconds left to go on the power play. So Vegas wins a faceoff here. Josh says Caps, Jets, and Stars have clinched their playoff spots. Yep, that's all been determined. Those teams have all gotten theirs. I didn't realize Dallas had clinched. I did not realize that they had clinched. Let's update that, I guess. Does it still say April 1st? Yeah, that's interesting. 156 left, empty net. St. Louis has the puck in the Detroit end, but looks like Detroit's trying to get it out, but they finally do get it out. 145. St. Louis is going to recover. Skating up the ice, dumped in by that's interesting. Yeah, so yes, Capitals have secured, so have Dallas and Winnipeg. That is correct, Josh. So that is correct. Let me see. I think this does this for me live. I cannot believe this. I can't believe this. So 76 is Zach Bolduc. I didn't realize he's a big boy. I thought, is he playing defense? No, he's a center. Okay. 1 minute left in the game.
They're a big ass team.
Dan Fowler's going to sweep it over. They're going to dump it down. The goalie is going to play it.
Yes! Fuck yeah!
Well, what happened?
No, good news for me.
What happened?
I just smashed my phone, but that's okay. Fuck.
Why did you smash your phone?
I was excited and I thought I was grabbing. I have a little empty pill box here that I thought I was holding, but it was my phone.
So you just broke your phone on live. Oh, score. Braden Shen.
Taking donations for phones.
Oh, no, Jordan Kyrou tied it with 27 seconds left. Jordan Kyrou. Go, Jordan. Matthew Green in the chat. Yes.
You got the draw too?
I have money line and under, but so the
St.
under's
Louis
good.
money line? Oh, okay. I just had the draw, so.
If anyone wants to donate for a new phone, it'd be swell, guys.
Dude, they show the oldest man in the crowd. The poor guy just sitting there. It's like
whatever you win on this bet isn't even close.
Let's not cover this phone.
You fucking dipshit. You literally broke your phone?
I want to see if let me 1 sec. I want to see if it'll turn on.
I would think so. You just freaking threw it, smack.
You fucking dill hole.
Oh, it's on. We're good.
Oh my god! Thank God you didn't break your phone, you numbnuts.
Well, you're better than I would lose my mind.
You had a banner week this week, man, for sure. That's cool, man. I'm gonna retweet that, Laz. Yeah, that is unreal. That is unreal. Where's the audio coming from? Do you guys hear the audio? Oh, I'm getting it from one of you guys. One of you guys is watching
I gotta turn it down a bit.
Oh, you're all right. I was like,
I
where am I getting this audio from?
Sorry about that. I haven't even had.
I meant to bet Dark Sharks over too many games going. Yeah, Matthew, lots of games, and we didn't spend a lot of time talking about the games. To be fair, this is money for the Blues if they win this in overtime, and rightfully so, man. They deserve it. And would this eliminate Detroit? Detroit is on such a bad skid.
Yeah.
They still have a lot of points. They're actually 74. They're not completely out of it. There's a lot of teams worse. The Islanders are in bad shape now because they're at the same. Pittsburgh, not in good shape. Philly, not in good shape. But Bruins are trying to screw themselves by winning games, but you got to lose them by 1 goal. That's what's helping you. Bruins now are right there with the smashing 6-4 Buffalo Sabres who've won 2 in a row. I think they're 7-3 in their last 10, actually, because this is not up to date. So, yeah, Minnesota, though, they're kind of like if Calgary continues to win and Minnesota slides, they could be. This is huge for the Blues. This puts them at 89 points. This actually bumps them ahead of Minnesota in the interim. So Minnesota needs to win their game, too. That's why I think that game is significant tomorrow. So, yeah, I would. Wouldn't it be great if we got a Jimmy Snuggerud overtime GWG? What's the odds of Jimmy Snuggerud overtime?
I don't know, but I got him for a goal, so I hope you're right.
So I wonder if you live bet the odds. For Snugs.
Live bets. I don't know if you can do that anymore.
You can't live bet.
I don't think so. There was a
site. You can live bet odds for a goal, a specific goal scorer.
DraftKings doesn't do it anymore. Maybe Bet365.
Why? They gotta make so much money from that. It's so hard to hit. If you hit it, you get a lot of money, but it's like you're not gonna hit it. So still 1-0 Vegas in the first there too. Man, I would really like to see them be healthy. 2-man advantage for the Sharks for 17 seconds. Utah still up 2-0 with 7:20. So this is Utah season too. Like they have to win too. They're at 78 points. If they win this, so they'll be at 80 points. So that'll be interesting. That's crazy. Utah would be if at 80 points, Utah would securely be in the second wild card in the East. That's how good the top West teams are. The bottom West teams, though, are bad. I mean, the Sharks, the Blackhawks, the Predators, the Kraken haven't been good. Those teams are all really bad. I think the West has tougher. The top teams are tougher, but they also have the weakest teams in the league, too. Like where the East, the worst team in the East is Buffalo and Boston. And Buffalo's just on a 3-game heater. And they're 7-3 in their last 10, and they shouldn't be a bottom feeding team. They should be better than Pittsburgh, New York, Detroit. They have as much talent as the Blue Jackets, who are going to be in a playoffs right at a playoff spot too. But points been hard to come by. Overtime's underway, by the way. Detroit has it. Shot on goal deflected. I think it's Bennington in net too. So he had a good whale of a game.
I'm not finding any place you can.
Well, I mean,
are they even going to put him out there? That'd be interesting to see. Are they going to put him out there?
Well, I mean, if you just are on DraftKings or something, you can't just go what a hit. What a hit by Kyrou. That was a nice body by Kyrou. I don't know what's happening here.
Snugs was out there to start, I think, and then.
Oh, was he? Yeah. Okay. Is he back? Here, let me see. Yeah, dead air is always good. Sorry, my dogs were barking or whatever. So, yeah. Snuggy. Yeah, this is Dylan. Oh, my God. Just let him. Oh, my God. Dude, slammed into the boards.
He just got off.
Yeah. I've got 2:33 left in the overtime. I'll just give you guys play-by-play so you're not getting dead air here. Detroit has the puck. Lucas Raymond skates down, shoots it. Bennington plays it immediately to Cam Fowler. Cam Fowler is going to skate it up the ice. He's going to get to center ice, turn all the way back as they do a change. Looks like on the ice now is Robert Thomas and Zach Bolduc. Bolduc's going to skate all the way down, but the goalie's going to get to it first. He's going to chip it to JT Compher. JT Compher is going to skate back. Man, they skate back so much. So he's in his own end. They were going to change. Detroit's getting a change. They needed a change, I guess. So that's going to bring out DeBrincat and I think Sider. DeBrincat shoots, snapshot, boy. That guy's got silky hands. Does not score. Now it looks like Blue's going to have a chance to have a 2-on-1. Looks like Robert Thomas and Zach Bolduc. Over to Bolduc, or no, Cam Fowler, backhand goal. Cam Fowler, holy cow.
I'm ahead of you. I've been trying to celebrate for a minute now.
Cam Fowler with a backup. I might have been behind, Mike. I'm sorry. No, I have so much stuff going. So there you go. Cam Fowler in overtime. That is probably St. Louis. 10 in a row. Oh, yes.
What a smash.
Matthew Green live bet the Blues at plus 600 with 3 minutes. Awesome, Matthew. I'm so glad you hit that. I hope you bet like 100 on that. Tell me you bet 100 on that. Oh, my God, dude. That is so awesome. Cam Fowler, too. Can't think of a better guy. He goes to the Blues to be on a team in the playoffs. Everybody are like, oh, why did he make that move? And all he does is score the overtime game winner against Detroit to pretty much kill Detroit's chances and to pretty much secure. Yeah, Darkness. 10 in a row, buddy. What a great play, man. Freaking nasty hands. What a huge night in St. Louis, too. What a huge one. And they're wearing those awesome reverse. Oh, my God, Darkness. No, I mean, can the St. Louis Blues and Jordan Bennington upset the Winnipeg Jets and Connor Hellebuck in the first round? Are we thinking this is real?
Yeah, I mean, you always have those teams coming in hot. There's always that chance for sure.
I just do we think this is a real fucking thing?
Well,
Could this happen?
I wouldn't bet Winnipeg right now. Like if I had to bet, I'm not saying they're going to win, but I mean the value would be on taking. The value would definitely be on taking the Blues for sure. Bennington, I mean, you know how he is in money time, right? Like it's.
I mean,
not
he was good at Four Nations.
When he's hot,
Four Nations.
He's only good when he plays.
When he's in money time, he's freaking good, man.
Yeah, Darkness says we've been doing it without our best defenseman in Parenko, which is the scary part. I know. And when they get Parenko back, dude, could they go? I mean, there's not been a dominant team this year. Oh, by the way, the Calgary Flames have made the game 2-1. There's 3 minutes left in the second. I missed that goal. Apologies, because we were
brought it up a little earlier, but I guess you didn't hear me.
Yeah, so
Golden Knights are out shooting the Oilers 10-1.
I was calling the overtime St. Louis, so I don't know when you brought it up. I
said it, but I was low. You were probably talking. You didn't hear me. Sorry, I didn't say it.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing the play-by-play.
Doing things before the play.
Like you didn't have a chance. You really didn't have a chance to say anything. Not your fault.
Yeah, it's been a while since but you wouldn't have heard it probably because I was doing other stuff too. But
yeah, I don't know
who's come back and tie that up, man.
I don't know who's. Rasmus Anderson scored the goal unassisted, huh?
If there's any gutsier team out there than the Flames, I mean, oh crap. Montreal.
I think they're gonna. Hey, is our friend Matthew Green still in the chat? Live bet the Flames with 2:51 left in the second, down 2-1. Live bet the Flames. They have been the hardiest, gutsiest. They got 2 goals against the team yesterday. They had no business winning that game. That game against the Avalanche, they got 2 goals, and then they go and win in a shootout, and they get that extra point that they desperately need. Their desperation. They're going to beat Utah. They're going to come back and win this game. I'm calling it. Salvatore
Hopefully
says
the Leafs
Blues
hold up
versus
this
Leafs in the
series.
finals. That would be crazy, Sal. I wouldn't hate it. It'd be some of the nicest looking jersey finals we've had in forever. Although I like the Panthers jersey, I just don't like it like the old one. Like this one I have above my head. I put an old one up. I like this one. I like their palm tree one too. That one's cool. What a goal from Cam Fowler, man. Just sick. So yeah, has Jets Kings started? I think they're probably underway now, huh? So I can pop that game on. Yeah, I would live bet the Flames. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah,
Talk amongst
well,
yourselves.
came back
Yeah.
against Colorado. I mean, they can come back against. But
I'm
hopefully
worried.
their legs hold up. But
I'm worried about the legs in the
they're
third.
going to drain the tank. They're going to drain the tank. There's not going to be anything left after this game. That's for sure.
Okay. I don't know what you're trying to say here, Josh, but it's funny to me. He says, cheap Samsung you can buy. I forgot it in a car in minus 30 weather. It freezes and it's still working. And Canadian winter royal beep. Okay.
They're
Thank
saying
you.
the Samsung phones are really durable.
We're the
Yeah.
best phones in the world. I just Gronk spiked it. It's still turned on.
Dude, I've dropped my iPhone.
Oh,
Anaheim scored 3-1, baby. Yeah, sorry.
Carlson?
64. No, 64. I'm sorry, I don't know who it is. Sam Colangelo.
Colangelo. Oh shit,
Yeah.
I didn't take him today.
Yep, Sam Colangelo. Yeah, it's clearly his goal. I
Good
didn't
for
know who 64 was. Sorry.
He's from North Reading. Good for him.
Yeah, dude, I know he's a young guy. They bringing some young guys up. So you guys on the Jets or the Kings? Man, I like the Kings at home, especially after losing to the Leafs, man. They don't lose at home. I like the Kings here, man. Nothing against the Jets, but they haven't been world beaters as of late either. And they really don't need to win. They've all but secured the President's Trophy.
I got the Kings.
Yeah, Pearlo's on the Kings too.
I'm not touching.
So yeah, our friend in the chat, Jason Hill. By the way, thank you. By the way, 46 people, awesome, man. Typical, sometimes we have 100, 300, depending on who's on. But some of these off nights where there's other stuff going on and stuff. I know.
Yeah,
Friend
when basketball was going on, there was pretty slim pickings for people on there. We got a lot of American viewers.
Yeah, well, and we're getting the West Coasties and stuff that are done with dinner that want to talk hockey or whatever. So I appreciate it. That's why I kind of did a lot of research in the time slot and stuff and been like, well, there's not a ton of hockey stuff on this time of night. We're not really competing with all the other podcasts. And I like to listen to all the other podcasts and watch them and listen to them. So I need the day to do all that. So this is when it has to happen for us. So Paul Marie said he is not upset even a little bit after Montreal rallied through team. Of course he's not, because he doesn't care if I think they would much rather play Tampa for some reason in the first round. I just get the impression
they don't care who they play.
I mean, I think Toronto, they've been there and done that. Let Toronto beat Ottawa, which I'll tell you right now. Now Ottawa hasn't been playing good, but I still could see Ottawa beating Toronto. It's the most Toronto thing ever, right, Pearlo? But I also can see Toronto making it to the Cup Finals. So, did you guys hear the stat Ryan Whitney put out? I got to give Ryan Whitney 100%. I don't know where he got it. On Spit and Chickles, did you hear what he said? The last time the Detroit Red Wings and Boston Bruins didn't make the playoffs at the same time, guess what year it was?
1993.
No. Pearlo, what do you think?
95?
1967.
Oh.
Whoa.
What happened in 1967?
Oh, that's the last time they won the Cup.
That's the last time the Leafs won the Cup. So, no, Derek, it was 1967. This is from Ryan Whitney. I didn't verify it. The last Leafs Cup was 1967. That was also the last time that both Boston and Detroit were in the playoffs. So it's either been Boston in or Detroit in. I mean, Detroit went on that low. Obviously, Detroit hasn't been in the playoffs for a long time. But the last time Boston missed, I think Detroit was in. I still think Detroit made a mistake going to the East. Just my opinion. I don't know. And we don't get that Colorado-Detroit, which is such a good rivalry, man. I just
They
feel like
wanted the Toronto money, man. And it's the travel too. It's way easier.
I know, I get it, but like West teams have won the Cup a lot in the last decade. The Kings have won twice. The Blackhawks won 3 times. The Vegas Golden Knights won. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Is it really an advantage?
Oh no, I mean they're in a way tougher division. Like the odds of them making the Cup are way better in the West for sure.
I think if they were in the Central against Colorado, I know they have the points they have, but they're in 5th. They're the 3rd. They got to pass. They got to leapfrog 4 teams: Columbus, New York, Montreal, okay, or Ottawa. One of those teams to even have a chance. Okay, they would have to now with their points. If you just keep their points the way they are, because they got a point tonight, so they're at. That probably helps them. They're at 75 with their point tonight. So that would put them behind Utah. So they would have the same number on the West as the East this year. Oh, Josh, you don't have to worry, man. I can't spell for shit, and I graduated high school, and I was in the top half of my class.
Oh, so much
If it wasn't for spell check, dude, I don't think people could read my writing. So I have dyslexia or something too, my man. I don't know. So anyway, I thought that was super interesting from Ryan Whitney that the last time that both Detroit and Boston were in the playoffs it was 1967, which was the year the Leafs won the Cup. I just get a feeling the Leafs are going to go on a run this year. I just think it's time. They have the thing. I could see them losing in the conference finals. I could see them in the Stanley Cup finals. I could. I think they have the team.
We can't.
The goaltending I'm a little worried about.
I think they're fine, Pearlo. I think if they don't stick with one goalie too long,
When's the last time? Well, besides Vegas, who they just kept on getting injured all the time. When's the last time a tandem won a cup?
Oh, J-Rock. Yeah, J-Rock. DM me, man. I'll send you my number because I want to link up with you in St. Louis. Mike and I are going to be in St. Louis for the Frozen Four. So I need you to recommend restaurants and stuff for me, man. I heard downtown isn't that great. So, yeah, Ovi did score. Yeah. The biggest noteworthy thing tonight, we were talking about, J-Rock, was your St. Louis Blues coming back and winning. Also, the Montreal Canadiens doing the same thing. What a nasty goal by Fowler. I did live play-by-play for it, J-Rock. If you were listening to the show, you would have heard it. And Mike held on to his yells because he got the news a little bit faster than I did. But, yeah, there's 3 live games right now. Four, I'm sorry. Jets and Kings are underway. No score there. Only about a minute and a half's been played. Ducks are up 3-1 on the Sharks. I totally expected the Ducks to win this game. Golden Knights are up 1-0 on the Oilers. Everybody's going to say Connor McDavid's out, but remember Tomas Hertl's out, and he had been doing really well. I thought that was a dirty play, by the way, that happened to him. Yeah, your Blues, buddy. And then the Utah Hockey Club 2-1 still. I said live bet the Flames. The Flames are coming back to win this game, I think. Pearlo, what do you think, Mike?
I would. I mean, you certainly can't count them out. That's for sure. You came back against Colorado. They're a tough team.
I'm worried about the legs. Just back to back, the OT, it's a lot, and they had to.
The good thing is they got a lot of nervous kids there, and that aren't used to being in this spot.
Well, I don't like that they don't have Connor Zary. That's for sure. That's tough that they don't have him in the lineup. But man, I don't know. Habs could catch up with the Sens. They could. But I think the important thing for the Habs is, Josh, they just need to keep winning. Because if they keep winning, no one can catch them. They're in the best position They are basically winning in. They are that team. If they win in, and now I think the Blue Jackets might be able to do it, but it's like the margin for error for both those teams is nothing. That's why the Rangers, I think they're in trouble because I think they have some difficult games too. The Wild is a tough game because the Wild need to keep winning. You all think the Oilers put some good goals on the board? I don't. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, Jason. I like the under.
I took Oilers team total under 2.5, so I don't.
Yeah, I think a 3-2, 4-2 game tops.
I mean 3-0.
Yeah, that makes
3-0.
sense. I think Vegas beat them earlier in the year 1-0.
Vegas loves to take these teams that think they're offensive and shut them down. At this time
they will play. They're getting up for this. There's a lot of Oiler fans in the building. It pisses the Vegas Golden Knights fans. That does have a lot to do with the Nation Vacation. Shout out the guys from Oilers Nation that are there watching it live. Vegas is a great place to go see a game. I'm so bummed that when I'm in Vegas, they're not going to have any games while I'm there. It's like sucky. Yeah, I'd stay off the Oilers putting any money on them in this game. I watched them lose a 1-0 game to them this year, and they had a healthy McDavid and Draisaitl, and I don't think Edmonton was ever in the game. They just straight got dominated. They couldn't get it out of the neutral zone. Vegas, Vegas sort of reminds me of a little bit of the kind of New Jersey Devils, Dallas Stars of the 90s. Like, we are just going to beat you 1-0, 2-1, and you're going to deal with, like, we're comfortable with the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never, especially with a 2-line offside pass, but like, just go back to those teams, right? Yes, they had Brett Hull and Mike Modano and some super skilled guys, but they might have been the best defensive forward, didn't they? They had like Guy Carbonneau, Joe Nieuwendyk, like same with the Devils, right? Bobby Holik is your third line center. That dude's like a Selke quality defender, So, John Madden, they had like so many good two-way. Even Scotty was a solid two-way center, early in his career. He had the skating and stuff. So I don't know. I get the impression. I think the Kings are very much that way too, Pearlo. What do you think?
The Kings are what way?
Just a very defensive team. And they
they are, especially at home, but they have problems on the road because they got that young bottom six defense. They really struggle. I think they'll beat Edmonton, but I'm really concerned about the road issues. Really concerned.
Yeah, Josh, I believe this is how poorly the Blue Jackets played, but I believe if they went out too, they're in. Like, this could very well if Ottawa continues to lose, they could be in trouble because the wild card doesn't matter what division you're in. So you could see 5 or 4 teams get in from the Metro, or it could be 5. You could have 5, I believe, right? Yeah, because the top 3, obviously, you could have 5. So that could happen. That could happen, man. That's very good.
Ottawa is showing that it's almost easier to catch up than it is to keep your spot.
I think Ottawa went on that nice little run, not as good as what the Blues did, but won 6 or 7. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat this time of year. Like, I would be so concerned if the Capitals dropped like a 4th in a row to Boston, because that Boston team is not a good team. You can't lose to that team, and you can't be out penalizing that team either.
I'll tell you what, they're not beating Carolina tomorrow. That's for sure.
Well, we'll see. I don't know, man. I've seen Carolina play recently, have not been that good. So I know they've been sitting. I expect Carolina to come out, and I would not be shocked if they jump all over them. Would not be shocked at all. But
Washington just going to wake up for that game. Maybe they are.
I hope they do. I think it's a playoff series. I think they could easily play them in the second round. So if they make it, obviously, but they're definitely going to match up with Carolina at some point if they both win their first round matchups. So, yes, they know this is a team they could play. So I hope to freaking God, as a Capitals fan, you see that. So, but we'll see. All right, guys, let's talk about tomorrow's games. We only have 5 games. And since we're talking about the Capitals Hurricanes, the Capitals are the dog, plus 140. Do not have a problem with this. I just have not been.
It's pretty steep, though.
I would be on the Caps here just because I am not a big believer in the Canes, and they haven't been great this year. But the Canes are well rested, and Washington's not. But Ryan Leonard definitely injected some youth into the lineup. It really got the Caps going in the first period. They had the worst second period. But I am going to take the Capitals. I never take them on this show. You can ask these guys. I avoid it or just don't take it. Or I call when I think they're going to lose. I could also see them completely losing this game. Steve, you're on the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy because at plus 140, it's really hard to not take the Caps. They could just get up for this game and they didn't give a crap about Boston. They want this one. That's possible.
Well, and they ain't going to have a chance to go out the night before. So that might be.
Yeah, they're going to fly to
right
Carolina from Boston, which is a fair trek. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I don't like Carolina either. One of the few times I may just sit this one out because I don't like that price on Carolina.
This might be the Laz curse from Jeremiah. I don't know what you mean, J-Rock. Like, I'm cursing the Caps because I really could see them losing. I'm just saying, like, it's not an important game for either team. That's really what it is, except for Ovi getting on the board, which I think will happen. So I would bet that.
I think you know what? I'm going to take Carolina because it's going to be very tough for them too.
Yeah, bro, I love it. How about Seth Jarvis to score to get his 30th goal of the season?
That sounds like a good bet. Yeah.
Yep, like that one. Mike, what about you? Are you touching this game?
First period under. The over first period is 1.5 at even money if I take the under, so I'm going to take it.
Yeah. So I gotta say here too. This is the TNT doubleheader. First of the doubleheader. Their second is Avalanche Blackhawks. No one gives a shit about that game, but we'll watch Nathan McKinnon hopefully have 4 or 5 points so him and Kucherov can really ramp up this Art Ross race. Jason, they just haven't been great the last 4 or 5 games. The Caps have been a wagon. I could see I'm taking the Caps in this game. Pearlo's taking the Hurricanes. Mike told you what he's taking on the first period. Let's talk about the also 7 p.m. start, Wild Rangers. This is huge for both teams. The Wild got to keep winning because their playoff spot is not secure by any stretch of the imagination. And the Rangers aren't in the playoffs right now, so they have to win just to hold court, to be close to Montreal. If they lose this, it's a 5-point swing between today and the Rangers and Montreal because Montreal has a game in hand. Who do you like here, boys? I already said I like the Wild here at plus 136. They are just as desperate a team as the Rangers. Mike, why don't you kick it off and then we'll toss it over to Pearlo.
I do like the Wild. I'm going to take the plus 1.5 at minus 200, just on the conservative side. But I really like the Wild here. Great road team versus a Rangers team that's struggling. Though Peralt, Leonard's teammate.
Yeah, Gabriel Perreault. Gabriel Pearlo, the son of former Leafs centerman and one of the best faceoff guys ever, like Yannick Perreault. Pearlo, what do you think in this game, Wild Rangers?
Well, first of all, I'll take the under, but I'm not taking the Rangers to do anything. So I'm taking Minnesota. Way I'm touching the Rangers.
I love the Minnesota Wild here at plus money, and I would parlay the Caps in it to maybe a 3-way here. The next game is, and this is a great one, guys, 7:30. This is definitely the game I'm going to pay the most attention to. No offense to my Caps. I mean, I'll have that on, but I won't be watching it as close. Panthers plus 100 road dogs in Toronto. They're up for this game. Everybody loves to beat Toronto in Toronto. Oh, yeah. J-Rock said the Wild will miss the playoffs. I called that last week. He said Rangers will win. What?
LA scored.
LA's up 1-0. Yeah, who got the goal? Looks like Trevor Moore, baby. Trevor Moore. Nice. All right, Trevor Moore. Okay, who do you like here, Mike? The Maple Leafs or the Panthers? Because I want Pearlo to finish this one up.
The Leafs are at home. I guess the Leafs, but ultimately I'm not touching this game.
Okay, I like that answer better than saying who you like. Just you're not touching the game. I appreciate that. That's the standard. If you don't believe you should bet the game, don't bet the game. This is our motto on this thing. Okay, everybody knows I don't bet. I just give my picks. I don't bet. I'm not putting any actual money on. Pearlo is our handicapper. Rico is our goal scoring prop expert. Those are the guys you want to listen to. I like to give my opinion because I watch a lot of hockey. And Pearlo and Rico make me think about things, and I sometimes make them think about things to change their mind. So it's always good. It's always a collective to come up with, I want to see them be successful. And ultimately, if they're successful, I'm successful. So that's what we're looking for here. Mike is not touching the Panthers, Maple Leafs. That should be his real thing. Pearlo, you crush this one. Tell me what you like here. Panthers plus 100, Maple Leafs. I don't know the over-under. If you need that line, I can give it to you.
Well, first of all, I'm going to take Toronto in the first period. Florida's coming in off the road. Florida's on the back-to-back. It's a revenge spot. Toronto lost. I actually think Toronto might win this one convincingly. I'm going to
Okay. Yeah, I love it. I love that take. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. And I think the Leafs have been playing really good hockey outside of the game they had against San Jose. They beat LA at home. Only 4 other teams in the league have done that this year. And I think it's, I think they just had a few bad goaltending games in some of their losses at home. I think it was not even just they've just had the backup didn't do real well. So Marchand gets his first goal at the Panthers tomorrow. J-Rock, book it, love it. Like I said, this is why I like the Panthers, because of Marchand. Now, yes, the Panthers still missing Ekblad, still missing Tkachuk. Kings scored again. Kings just scored again, 2-0.
Damn.
Kings just scored again. Anze Kopitar, the ageless wonder. He's been playing as long as Ovi. Nobody talks about the guy. He's just got 60 points on the year. That's all. All right. Yeah. So, okay. Pearlo, you like the Leafs. I'm on the Panthers. Mike's staying away. Let's talk about the second doubleheader, Avalanche Blackhawks. Do you guys care? I mean, there's no way I'm touching the Blackhawks here. How about Patty Maroon to score, though? That would be cool.
I'll throw a 5 on him. Why not?
Yeah, Avi's just getting his skating legs back, though. Give him some time. I feel like Marchand. Again, dude's 36. Sometimes your career just ends, and sometimes it goes. I know that dude's in phenomenal shape, and he'll probably play for another 3 years, but he might not ever be the factor he was. Sometimes there's just magic in a place. Yeah, no, Tkachuk will be back for the playoffs. I know that, Avi. I'm just saying, the Panthers are missing Tkachuk and Ekblad. I don't think really care as long as they keep playoff spot. I'm sure they'd rather have home ice in the first round and or win the division. And thus, that's why this game against the Maple Leafs is huge, although they lost a divisional game to Montreal today, but Montreal has to do everything they can to stay in. So I think that was more about Montreal than the Panthers choking away a game. He'll be back. He'll be back.
I don't think the Blackhawks can score 2 goals here, so I'll take them team total on it. But Colorado's not going to care about this game. If there was ever a time that Chicago could beat Colorado, this would be the time.
I mean, Colorado's
so bad.
Here's the thing, too, guys. Colorado's not going to catch Dallas for second.
Yeah, they don't care about this game at all. They got Columbus after this. They don't care about this game at all. So.
I mean, They're not catching Dallas. Dallas is already at 102 points. I mean, shit, Dallas could, by all rights, catch. I think Dallas has 1 less point than Washington. Dallas is in the President's Trophy mix. Can you imagine if Dallas all of a sudden wins the President's Trophy on the end of the week and overtakes Winnipeg to take the first spot, and we get Colorado and Winnipeg again? Oh my God. Would that – okay, I'm saying it. If this happens, you heard it here first. The Dallas, they both have 74 games played, so Dallas has to make up 4 points on Winnipeg. It's not likely, but if Winnipeg loses, tonight they could lose. Okay, so let's say if Dallas just goes on a heater and wins out, Washington plays like 500 hockey, which that would probably be good for them to end the season. And then, dude, could you imagine? I mean, what in the hell? That would be crazy. All right, you guys aren't as excited. Oh, Edmonton has tied the game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, with right in the first period there, they tied the game. I will tell you who it was. Jake Wallman, Pearlo, the guy you like in the signing. He's played well for them, and they haven't had Ekholm. But I'll tell you what, dude, I think that's a sign of bad things to come for Edmonton. Edmonton is banking on getting. I mean, Trent Frederick hasn't even played for them. He's not even played for them. I heard he's not skating.
Yeah, no, he's not. No.
Yeah, I already said that, Avi, like a while ago. I just said it. And then Ekholm's banged up, and then they're hoping Evander Kane is just going to come back and be Evander Kane in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, dude, having Evander Kane is not going to be a bad thing. But I just don't know that he's the game changer that like they need.
No, he's not. He wasn't very good before he left.
I mean, he hasn't played all year. He missed the entire year. He's going to miss the entire year. I think they have the room to bring him in before the season's over, but it's like, from what I've been told, he's not playing before the playoffs.
No. He'll be a fourth liner. Like they're not.
I mean, if he's a third line guy, that's good. Yeah. Oh, was Trent skating today? Okay, thank Avi. I had heard he wasn't skating. So, okay. Avalanche Blackhawks, we all say Avs, or I would touch this game. There's no money to be made in it. It's plus 280 Blackhawks, unless you believe in the Blackhawks. So, all right, last game of the night, Canucks Kraken. I mean, Kraken have been kind of playing spoiler. They're beating some teams they're not supposed to. They're plus 130. I might parlay all the pluses over. I wouldn't touch the Blackhawks, but I would take the Wild, who are dogs, the Capitals, who are dogs, the Panthers, and the Kraken, and parlay all those into one. What can I get, Mike? I'll wire you $10. Bet that four-way parlay for me. Wild, Capitals, Panthers, Kraken. What would I win?
Let's see. Wild, Capitals, Panthers.
Game anyways.
Holy shitballs. 10 will get you $260.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, J-Rock. Evander Kane does bring grit to the Oilers, badly needed. It changes the approach of opponents on how they roll their lines. I do agree with that. And if they have a healthy Draisaitl McDavid, I'm not saying he's not going to be a difference maker. Edmonton will be a tough out regardless. But those are big-time X factors of those guys doing anything. You know how hard this game is. And you see guys who come back from injury and don't look right for a couple of games. And this is playoff hockey, which is like 5 times the escalation of a regular season game. That's just my concern. I think, look, I've not been trying to bury the Oilers all year. They've been trying to bury themselves. They got rid of it. I just saw a graphic again. McLeod, like 60 points. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, dude, like the people they moved out, McLeod, Fogle, Broberg, and Holloway, way are equal what Skinner and Arvidsson have done for them. And they got older and they got slower, which that like Edmonton is no, I don't agree. I think when they were healthy, look, we knew they were going to have Evander Kane the whole season. They could have done something with this cap space too. They bungled this whole thing. They got rid of the wrong players. They should have kept that team largely intact. I would have done everything I could to kept Fogle. If you just take Fogle and compare his numbers with Skinner, just on analytics, we did this on the show a while back, where the speed burst, it's not even close. You want Fogle all the time, right? Pearlo, we did this. You remember this conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mike was here, yeah.
I could name like 3/4 of the league at least I would rather have rather than Skinner.
All right, Scott Hall back from the dead, baby. Razor Ramon. Go Ovi. I love it. Scott, thanks for being with us. The biggest bungle hiring, Stan Bowman. But J-Rock, those moves were all made by Jeff Jackson.
Yeah.
Jeff Jackson traded McLeod. Jeff Jackson let I mean, so
I
you
was
could give
in Edmonton when it happened, and there was all this. Oh,
Jeff
what a
Jackson
genius!
signed Arvidsson and Skinner. He signed those guys. Look, he didn't have to trade McLeod for Savoy, who he played like one game for him this year. What a waste. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, and then I thought for sure they were going to match Broberg and Holloway. I was like, those don't seem like terrible deals. Just figure out how to make that work. Because Broberg was their best defenseman in the playoffs last year. He was incredible. And he has played unbelievable for the Blues. And Holloway's got like 60 points. Yeah. Dude, I mean, like, it's not. I
remember when you first called me about it, I was like, well, you sign him.
Yeah.
You worry about the rest after. You sign now.
Bowman's taking a lot of heat and they got rid of the two guys that were on the team that Ken Holland drafted in Broberg and Holloway. They've done such a poor job with asset management and drafting and developing. Edmonton has to have the same draft develop program that the Winnipeg Jets do. Because Winnipeg knows they're not going to get players to come there, so they're going to have to draft and hopefully pay their guys to stay because they like it, and then compete like they've done this year. And since Cheveldayoff, like, largely has done a great job with that. The Edmonton Oilers need to be run the same way. Instead, they just tankathon forever and then wonder why they don't have a winning extra. Now that I thought they got over the hill last year, I also remember this team could have got swept in the playoffs, but they didn't. So, and they came back and made it a series and went to 7, which it's hard to beat a team 4-0 when you're up 3-0, and it's hard to do it when you're down 3-0. It's only happened like twice in NHL history. So, like, I still felt like Florida could win it. So, yeah, Ovi's getting it, Scott. He's getting it. He's down to 4. He's getting it. I thought he would get it this year all along. I thought 42 goals was not a stretch. Had he not broken his leg, we'd be talking about him getting 50. This year. He's had one of the best goals per average in his career. He's having an unbelievable year. I know Crosby's doing, like, he deserves all the accolades. It's just Ovi's moment. He's on a team that's important. They could do something in the playoffs, and he's going to break Wayne Gretzky's record. Absolutely. There's 8 games left. He's got 4 goals to go. He's getting it done. He could have 4 goals in a game, which, I would love to see happen, So we played Columbus, and they give up a lot of goals. So that could happen. And I wouldn't mind, honestly, a 9-8 game where we don't even win, but Ovi gets like 4 or 5 goals. That would be just awesome. Just to cap it off, and all legit, just hammers from his office, deflections, all over the place. A breakaway goal would be cool. I haven't seen him score one of those in like 5 years, it feels like. So, for the Blues, Broberg was the most important. We lost Krug. Yeah, that was huge. But again, it was a low-risk move by Army. They either match or you give up a second and a third-round pick. Again, Army crushing it. And like he said, he'd offer sheet his mother. I loved it. Okay, you guys didn't give your opinions on Kraken Canucks.
Canucks are winning that game.
Yep.
Yeah, they have to win that game if they want to stay alive. So you like Vancouver. Okay. I said I like the Kraken just because they've been playing solid and playing spoiler. And I like what's my 4-way parlay with Wild, Capitals, Panthers, Kraken, Mike? $10.
$10 gets you 260.
Okay, sweet. Bet it for me, dude. And I'll and I'll wire you the $10. Oh, you could take it out of the $250 winnings, or if you lose it all, I'll wire the $10.
I ain't worry about. We'll get you.
Yeah. Avi likes the Canucks. Yeah. J-Rock, you need the Canucks to lose. So yeah, I totally understand that. I totally get that. Okay, that's the show, guys. We don't have anything else to talk about. Was there any other news? We talked about Snuggerud's debut. Gabe Perreault is tomorrow for the Rangers Wild. I'll have that game on, but I really want to watch this Leafs Panthers. I think that's going to be a really good game. Of course, I'll be out of Ovi watch. Yeah, I think Krug is not coming back from what I understand. I think his injury is kind of like sort of Shea Weber, Carey Price type thing. From what I understand, I don't believe he'll be coming back. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but everything I've heard about his medical situation is It's probably something that's career ender. So he'll just be on the books. Like it's same with TJ Oshie and Nick Backstrom are still on the books every game. Joe Beninati's like, hey, TJ Oshie is out. Sam Milano, Sonny Milano, Nick Backstrom. It's like, okay, well, we're never going to see Nick Backstrom and TJ Oshie back. So all of a sudden, like they're going to show up. Hey, we've been skating. We're ready for the playoffs. That'd be nice. That TJ Oshie and Nick Backstrom be about 13 million over the cap, but whatever. Yeah, I love Osh too, man. Big Osh fan. Love him. All that War Road stuff I wear, that's his company.
Calgary just about potted one.
Oh man, 13 minutes left in that game too.
I put a little bit on it. I didn't tell you that. I put a little bit on Calgary.
Even though I told everybody to bet Calgary because I was like, these guys play with so much heart and they're not going to quit. And nothing against Utah, but they still reek of Arizona to me, man. They just something about the team. They're
just too young. I
think that's it. And I thought they would get more consistent. Vejmelka was so good last year, and last year in Phoenix, he was so good at.
He's played 20 games in a row. I think he's did fantastic.
Can you imagine if they had Connor Ingram this year too? If they had because Ingram was dealing with
had Jersey and Sergachev for the first half of the season.
Yeah, and Jersey and Sergachev, I think would have changed a lot for them. I think next year is their window though. If they bring in a Mitch Marner too, man, that'd be interesting. I think this Ryan Smith. He's, by the way, that was some news I wanted to talk about. He's going to commit $10 million to building local rinks, which is great. This guy already gets it, man. He's already growing the game in his home state. He did it the same with basketball. I saw the owners poll. He was like 8th already. The guy's been an owner for less than a year, and we're already calling him like 8th. Oh my God, how Vegas didn't score there. Good God. Yeah, Logan Cooley looks good. I was gonna have my wife get me a Logan Cooley jersey, but they didn't. I guess they didn't have Logan Cooley. They didn't have anything. So, because she went to the game, the one they lost, but it's bummer because they've lost. I feels like it's a lot like Columbus. They've had problems just keeping the puck out of their own net. So, okay. Noteworthy games Thursday, obviously Boston, Montreal, because it's always a great one. Senators Lightning is an interesting one. Avalanche Blue Jackets, huge for the Jackets. They got to win. They got to win that game. Penguins Blues, that's still Blues got to keep winning.
You're gonna get Johansson in that game, and Colorado
Jets
back to back. You never know.
Jets Golden Knights, looking forward to that one. Jets Golden Knights. Friday night we won't be live. Maybe I'll do a live stream Friday night. We'll just see what's going on because Capitals play the Blackhawks. That'd be a fun live stream. To see if Ovi could pot. Last year Ovi had a hat trick against them to get
a hat trick in that one if he doesn't go drinking with the college boys before he goes to Chicago.
Hey, Circle Bar is a great.
He could have had 2 tonight, Pearlo. He had 1, so Ovi was not the problem tonight. He actually played a very.
I had him for 3 tonight, bugger.
I know you did. I know. All right. Well, Marner, man, if the Leafs don't take a deep run in the East Conference Finals, the Leafs need to let him walk. Yeah, no, I think all the Leaf fans are on the same page there, J-Rock. You say Nyes and JT too, huh, Josh? You want to see all 3 of those guys go? I think you keep Nyes. I think you do everything you can to keep Nyes. I think Nyes is going to turn into like Tom Wilson 2.0 without the fighting. I don't think he'll ever be that fighter.
But if they sign Marner, I don't know.
So
depends on what they give Tavares. If Tavares is taking 8 and Marner's getting 13,
you think? See, to me, I keep Nyes over Tavares.
Yep.
I don't even worry.
I agree. I
make Nyes a priority. Listen. I'm not dogging John Tavares. We've said this from the get-go. This is probably what I never thought the Leafs needed Tavares in the first place.
No, neither I.
If he would have stayed with the Islanders, he would have had a better chance of beating the Cups. You telling me those teams with Tavares on there wouldn't have maybe made a run against one game and 2 game 7s against the Cup champions in Tampa Bay? And we would talk about the Islanders being in the Cup finals and shit. Trotz would be a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, maybe. It's amazing to me how close that could have been if they'd have kept him. So he was like, I want to win with my hometown. I feel like I have a better chance. If he just stayed with the Islanders, he'd had a better chance of winning a cup. They've been to 3 conference finals since he's not been on that team. So to me, that's a dead giveaway of, yeah, he's a good player, but he's not a game changer. So I agree with that, Avi. I agree with that. Yeah, I like him, J-Rock. I think he's a good player. Marner could play center. I don't know why they list he could play center there. They could, I know they tried Willie and stuff. I know I get it, dude. I get it. The Leafs are the Leafs. This got to be the last time they go at it with this number of people, unless they win the whole thing. And then you could bring the whole squad back. Like I said, I could see them in the conference finals. I wouldn't be shocked if they made a Stanley Cup. They're better than a lot of people think. And Berube's got those guys going. Again, we talk about this all the time, though. No former coach that's won a Stanley Cup with another team has done it since Scotty Bowman, who's considered the greatest coach of all time. So that's the last coach to have won a Stanley Cup with different teams, and he did it with like 3 teams. So, yeah, if they win, give Marner 15. Who cares? Yeah, exactly, J-Rock. That's true. Pearlo thinks he'll stay, right? Pearlo, you think he stays?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Mike,
I do think he stays. I think
he tests free agency, though.
I think it's a mistake for Toronto if he stays. I think they're better off without him, but I think he stays.
I don't agree.
Yeah.
I hope he goes. And he goes to one of my favorite teams because
I heard Washington.
He'll make Toronto look like idiots one more time. The guy's the best. It's probably the 3rd best two-way winger in the game, and he can put up 100 points. You're not going to sign that guy? Well, okay. Don't. Cool. Good for you. Go to Chicago.
I don't think he's that good in the playoffs.
Yeah, they haven't had a defense in the playoffs. The guy's had to play defense the whole freaking playoffs. He's exhausted by the time he gets.
J-Rock says if he tests free agency, he's not going to be with the Leafs.
He has said over and over again, and I believe him, he wants nothing to do with going anywhere else. He wants to
I get that, but I understand that.
That being said, nothing meaning what? You're going to sign for 11 instead of 13?
So here's what's interesting. $14 million comes off the cap for the Washington Capitals this year.
Yeah, that would be
with Nick Backstrom and TJ Oshie's deals. They could play him. They could pay him and not move a single person off their team. They could pay him like $14.75.
Yeah.
And I would be fucking for it. I'd be like, we're 93 because that's the number he wore with London.
I think that would be a cup for the Caps if they got him.
I would
just imagine Marner feeding Ovechkin for the last years of his career. Holy jeez.
J-Rock says Shanahan won't be there to protect
him. He'd probably
get
50 next year.
Well, Quinn Hudson's going to be feeding Ovi next year.
I think Quinn Hudson. So is he coming out? You think he's coming out?
Well, not Cole. Quinn, the one that graduates.
Yeah, but is he signed with anybody?
No, he's been talking to 5 teams.
Yeah, if I would be shocked if Washington got him. I'd be happy, but I'd be shocked because they have so many young scoring wing. I mean, they got Miroshnichenko and Hendrix Lapierre in the AHL that I think they really want to bring those guys back up at some point. So
the Canadiens following his brother, the Capitals following his other brother, the Islanders, the Bruins, and the Rangers were the 5 that are talking to him.
Yeah, so I would be surprised. I would be surprised if he signed with Montreal. But Cole going to do another year at BU, Avi says. Did you read that, Avi? Yeah, I hope he does another year actually too.
How many points did he put up this year? He's 23 already. How many points did he put up?
Who Quinn?
Yeah.
Cole or Quinn?
Quinn is undrafted, so even if he signs with a team, Pearlo, he can't play in the playoffs. So it's not like a playoff team was.
I know, but I'm just asking you.
Yeah, he could play in the AHL though, like for the AHL playoffs, he could play. So
Quinn Hudson 50 points, the forward. Cole Hudson, the defenseman, had 46.
Yeah. No, I don't. Cole is
dude. Cole's gonna be good, bro. Look at Lane this year, dude. It's ridiculous.
Even over age of 23, I don't think he's gonna Quinn's gonna
Well, they don't call it an overager when he's coming out of college, Pearlo. 23 is actually not old.
He's overage. He's 23 coming out of college. That's an overage.
No, that's not overage for college. It's not overage for college, Perlo, because
if you're 23 and you're putting up 50 points, you're okay. But I mean,
no, I'm not saying I think at best with him, he's probably a third line NHL guy if he makes it. Yeah, dude. I'm not. Yeah, Mike, you've seen
Cole. I mean, 46 points. What's he? 20, 21, something like that?
20.
Oh, he's 19.
19. He played on the
18 or 19, I think. Yeah.
Now that guy, that's pretty serious stuff.
I like Quinn. Quinn Hudson's issue is he sucked his freshman year. He didn't exist.
He could be a real late bloomer too. I could be talking out of my ass. And then
he has moments where he's really good. Like third periods, he's really good. They put him out there a lot. They play him more than Yzerman. They played him equally as Celebrini last year. Like he's very good. He's averaging almost a point a game, but I think he's a second or third line guy, and I think he's worth a chance. I think it's worth taking.
This is Quinn.
Quinn, yes. No. Cole's a lock. I don't know how the fuck he fell to the second round. That was stupid. But
I'm so stoked he's with the Caps. Caps have that. I know that Cam Allen kid got in trouble, but he's a junior kid. He's only 20. Vincent Iorio is only 22. He's played some in the NHL last year. He got banged up here. They still got Ethan Bear down there.
Calgary got a power play.
This is huge. This is huge. 8:30 left. 8:30 left. By the way, still 1-1 in the Edmonton Vegas game too. I think if you're Vegas, you win this game, you probably secure the division more than likely. Just my thoughts. Not sure. By the way, we talked about 9 games on Thursday because tomorrow's only 5. 3 games on Friday. 13 games on Saturday.
Always, yeah.
13 games. Rangers, Devils, huge. Panthers, Senators, huge. Ducks, Canucks is a big game for the Canucks. Oilers, Kings, huge in LA. That's a huge game. Blue Jackets, Maple Leafs, huge for the Blue Jackets, huge for the Maple Leafs if they're trying to win the division. Blues, Avalanche, huge game. Utah versus the Jets, huge game, especially if Utah holds on to win this because they keep their playoff hopes alive. Gold Knights, Flames, also huge game because Flames, if they come back and win this, which I think they will, they still will. Man, there's not a bad game on Saturday. And then Sunday, you got Caps, Islanders. Hopefully the Islanders are eliminated by then and they're just all sad and ejected and the Caps can score a bunch of goals in that one. Stars, Wild is a big game. Blue Jackets, Senators again. Man, Blue Jackets, Senators, a bunch of games, home and home. Panthers, Red Wings is a big game for Panthers probably, but I think Red Wings will be dead by then. Canadians, Preds, kind of a big game for the Habs. And then Canucks, Golden Knights, huge game for the Canucks. Damn, we got crazy games. Let me know if you want me to stream Friday. I'll put out a poll on Twitter and I'll stream for the Capitals Blackhawks game. And then we will be having our college hockey show Friday at 2 p.m. to preview the Frozen Four. Obviously, there's no college hockey this weekend, but Mike and I will be there and we will have a probably college hockey show probably around 2 p.m. We'll see if we can swing it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can swing it because I'm going to try to glad hand and do some dinners and stuff. So we're going to try to meet up with some people.
I got the Hobie Baker ceremony that Friday night too.
Yeah, I want to go to that. We can go to that regardless if we get media credentialed or not. So I went to it last year. So yeah, because Ryan Leonard could win. So there is your Frozen Four finals right there. Denver will play Western Michigan at 4 p.m. Eastern. Those times are Alaskan, so don't worry. And then 8:30 Eastern, Penn State BU. And as I have heard, a lot of people either want Penn State to win or want Penn State to lose for various reasons. But that is the Frozen Four. Super excited. I didn't do so good on my bracket, but shoot, if I didn't pick Michigan State, I think I would have been really close on where I had. I think I had Denver and Western Michigan in the Frozen Four. And I think I even had Penn State. I thought we were going to just have I thought it was going to be Penn State. I thought we could have a Michigan State, So.
Yeah, I had Penn State.
I did think BC was going to lose, man. I just had a feeling. So, Pearlo, you went invisible again, Josh.
Oh, did
Yeah, but it's all good, guys, because we're going to go anyway. It's an hour and 55 people. Thank you so much to people on X, by the way. Appreciate you. I'm getting some real ground there, really growing the channel. And I know Pearlo and Rico are doing their best. And Mike, with your bets. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 10:10 Eastern. We'll see you guys. Peace.